Good morning. I regularly would not do this, and by no means am I mocking anybody with this content that is about to occur. But because some of my relatives have let's say, an accent, and it's very hard to give them the gospel, I would like to do a reading in their dialect. So please understand, I'm not making fun of anyone for their accent. I'm not being politically incorrect in any way. I'm merely trying my best to reach brothers and sisters and family and loved ones in Christ who speak a different tongue. Anyway, here we go. I am turning to the HWP version of John 1, entitled, What God Say Make Us Come Alive Inside. John 1. That time, everything had one guy, God Talk. That's who him, that guy on God, they stay together. And that guy stay God for real kind. That's the guy. That time, everything had start. Him and God stay together. God wouldn't make everything, but the way he do he tell this guy for the no more nothing this guy never make. Excuse me, mock it. Hey, the guy, if you like come alive for real kind, you come by him, because that kind of life come from him. When people come alive like that, just like they stay inside one place, they get plenty light. Then they can see and understand. No matter stay dark, no the dark, no can pure the light. Everything get light. Had one guy God went send named John. God went send John for tell all the people what he know about God light, so they can trust God because of him. That's his kuleana. John, he not the light. He only come for tell the people that the light stay for real. That time when John stay teaching, jalike, the light that's for real was coming inside the world. That's the light that show everybody was true. That time, the light that's for real when stay inside the world. When God when make the world, he the guy when do them. But the people inside the world, they never know him. He wouldn't come his country, but even his own people never take him in. But everybody that take him in and trust him, God give them the right for come his kids, because they know who him. The way they born, not the regular way. With one guy for their father that like the kids, they went home God's kids, because God wouldn't give them life inside. That God's Talk guy, he wouldn't come one guy just like us guys. He wouldn't stay with us. We went see how awesome he stay. He awesome because he the one and only boy come from the Father. He like do plenty good stuff for us, because that's how he stay. Everything he say about God, stay for real. John, when he went tell people what he know about that guy, he talk real strong so all people can hear. He tell this the guy I want to talk about when I say Bombay, one guy go show up, and that guy more point than me, because he stay already for before I born. John Tiger like that, because that guy like do plenty good kind stuff, and he do them for all the skies over and over. Moses, when give our ancestor guy God's rules, then Jesus Christ, God's special guy, he want to do plenty good stuff for us. And everything he tells about God, stay for real. No more nobody that went see God for real kind, but get that guy. No more other guy jalike him, cause he got two. And he might most him and he stay more tight with his father than all the others. He the one that when make clear how God stay. One time, that Jewish leader guy, when some priest guys and other guys from the Levi Ohana that helped the priest guys, then said by John for ask, "Eh, who you?" This what he tell him. He never bully. He tell him straight out, listen, I not that Christ, the special guy God going send. They ask him, then who you? You Elijah? He tell, no, I not. They say, then you the special guy that gonna come and talk for God. He tell, no, I not. They tell him, guy there, tell us who, what you say about yourself. We gotta tell that guy that want send us something you know. He say, jalike. It's Isaiah when say, the guy who talk for God long time. I, the guy that talk real strong inside the boonies. Make the road for the good boss. Make them straight for him. Some, the guy, the Jewish leader, when sent by John, the Pharisees, them guys ask, Galen, if you not the special Christ guy that going God send, and not Elijah, and you're not the special guy that gonna come talk for God, and how come you stay baptize people? John tell him, I stay baptize the people with water. Another guy, he here with you guys, but you guys don't know who he. He went teach for first before him, but I not special enough, even for help him with slipper. All this what happened inside Bethany town, that one day stay the other side, the Jordan River. That's where John stay, baptized people. The next day, John spoke. Jesus come by him, and he said, hey, you guys, try look, the guy over there. You know what? He just like God baby sheep for the sacrifice. He can him on the shame for that bad kind stuff that everybody inside the whole world stay do. This the guy I went talk about when I say, Bombay. One guy going to show up after me, and he stay more important than me, because I stay before I born. I never know who him before time, but I stay here. so that Israel people can know him. That's why I stay baptize people with water. John tell more about what he know. He say, this God when send me to baptize with water. He tell me, you gonna see my special spirit come down and stay with one guy. He the guy going to let my good and special spirit take over my people. That time, I went see one guy, and I never know who. But then, when I see God's special spirit come down from the sky, just like one dove, and stay with the guy, and when I see that, and tell you guys, that guy, he's God's boy. The next day, John stayed standing there with the two guys he teaching. When John spoke, Jesus walked by. He said, look. Oh, hold on. I already read that. No, I didn't. Sorry. Verse 35. The next day, John stayed standing there again with two guys he teaching. When John spoke, Jesus walking by him, he said, look, this guy just like God's baby sheep for the sacrifice. The two guys hear him say that, and they go with Jesus. Jesus turn around and see them go with him. He tell them, hey, what you guys looking for? They say, Rabbi, we stay live? Now, Rabbi, that means teacher. Jesus said, come look. So they go with him and see where he stayed. And they stay there with him that day. It was about 4 o'clock the afternoon. Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, he was one of the two guys that when hear John the baptizer guy and go with Jesus, that first thing Andrew find his brother Simon and tell him, we went find the Messiah. Now, Messiah, that mean the Christ guy, that special guy when God when send their language. Then he brings Simon to Jesus. Jesus look at him and say, you Simon, and for your father named John, yeah, but not the baptized guy, for they going to call you Cephas. That means Peter, or the rock in their language. The next day, Jesus went think for go Galilee side. He find Philip and tell him, hey, come with me and be my guide. Now, Philip come from Bethsaida town, the same place Andrew and Peter live. Philip find Nathaniel tell him, we went find the guy that Moses went write about the book with God rules inside, and the guy that went talk for God long time ago. They went right about him too. He Jesus from Nazareth town, Joseph boy. Nathaniel say, nah, no more nothing good come from Nazareth. And Philip say, come look. Jesus said, Nathaniel coming by him and say, this guy, one for real Israel guy, no more nothing fake inside him. He every time tell the truth. Nathaniel say, how come you know me? How come you know who me? Jesus said, I went see you that time you was underneath the fig tree before Philip tell you for come. Then Nathaniel tell him, teacher, you God's boy for real kind. You the king for the Israel people. Jesus went tell him, You trust me just because I tell you that I went and see you underneath the fig tree? You gonna see more better stuff than that. Then he tell him, that's right. And I like tell all you guys this. You guys going to see the sky open up and God's angel messenger guys going to come up and down by me. That guy, that's for real. So anyway, that was John chapter 1 in Hawaiian Pidgin. And to my Uncle Walter and to the rest of my ohana, aloha, much love.